and we're going to focus on another icon in our business and on our team, and that is Miss Bobbie Farley. So if Bobbie wants to wave.
Thank you.
And Bobbie you started like I just had my 20-year anniversary. So you had to be about 20 years
19.
ago.
I
Was it
signed
19?
my distributorship application in February of 2002.
Okay, so you came in a
So
year after.
19 years,
Right.
1 year behind you. But I took Juice Plus for a whole year
Yeah.
before I signed my contract.
Well, Bobbie, can you just share your story a little bit? Like when you stepped in to do this, you took Juice Plus for a year and then you decided to become a partner with the company. Did you ever see yourself growing and doing and creating the business that you did? Or was that all part of your plan all along?
No, that was not part of my plan. I'll start from the beginning.
Okay.
And I was diagnosed with breast cancer in 1999 and started chemo and radiation in January of 2000. And in 2001, Bob and I were involved in a Bible study with several couples at our church. And one of the couples in particular, he was a pathologist at the med center, and she had done cancer research when she'd gone to college. So they knew that I had been through breast cancer experience. And one day she just called me and shared with me about Juice Plus. I never heard of it before. And at that time we were sharing cassettes. So she sent me a cassette by Dr. Richard Du Bois. And on that cassette, I heard him say, it's going to improve your immune system. And I thought, I definitely needed that after being through chemo and radiation for 9 months. So I ordered Juice Plus. Never in my wildest dreams did I ever expect the results that I got. And one of the first things that I noticed that I had more energy. That was such a blessing because I was just exhausted from all of the treatments. Went to my dentist and my gingivitis was gone. I had arthritis in my hands. I noticed that that was gone. And so I kept calling my friend and telling her, this has happened to me. Would you please share Juice Plus with this friend or that friend? And so several months went by, and she said, when I was calling her to ask her to send more information to somebody else, she said, well, Bobbie, would you consider maybe sharing Juice Plus with your friends and your family? And I thought, well, I don't know what this is all about, but I've got to tell other people about it because I knew I'd found something that was just amazing and it helped me so much. So I jumped in, not really knowing what I was going to do. And my friend moved away. So I was direct to Susie, and Susie was my leader and has been all these years. So I just, at that time, we had a manual and I followed the manual just, from cover to cover. And I started sharing Juice Plus. And at that time, I was sharing it and getting 5 customers every month. And Cheryl even called me, what did she say? Guru of customers or something like that. Yeah. And so I just continued to share and developed a team. Dar was one of my first distributors and became senior sales coordinator over a period of time. The income was just fabulous because it helped me to be able to purchase a new car and just a lot of other niceties that I wouldn't have. And my goal was to earn enough to pay off credit card debt. We had some credit card debt. And so it's just been a journey over these years. And I'm a very introverted person. And Dar will agree with me that I coined the phrase, my fear is greater than my passion, because I knew what Juice Plus had done for me, what it had done for Bob. It helped to keep his blood sugars level as a diabetic. So I just continued to share and just got no's along the way, but I had a lot of yeses. And at this time, I have about 50 customers. So I plan to love on them, just continue to share Juice Plus with others. And I called, and this is one thing I wanted to say, be very sensitive to who the Lord lays on your heart to contact. I called a person last month that I'd not talked to in 40 years, and he had just gotten out of the hospital with COVID. And God laid another person on my heart that I'm talking to that I've not talked to in 40 years. And he has a real serious heart condition. So I'm continuing to share, but just not getting involved with all of the technology and, just wanting to develop more of a team, but just to share from my heart with those that God puts in my path.
Wow. Is that the most awesome story? And I think what you meant to say is your passion.
Oh, what did I
is-
say?
You said your fear is
Oh,
greater
my
than-
passion is greater than my fear. Yes.
There you go.
And I will share that my glaucoma is also gone. And I take no
Amazing.
meds, and I'm 84 years young. And so I just take Juice Plus and just know what it's done for me. And it'll do the same for other people.
I just love it. And I have seen such growth because Bobbie will say, that she's an introvert, and she is an introvert. But I can just tell, as I don't know if it was the income or the community or you just grew personally, but Bobbie looked older when she started to me than she looks today. And I just remember she just had like this little curly gray hair, and she just, I don't know, her clothes are totally different. Her personal care, it's like she just does all these things for herself now. And Cheryl also coined the fact that she gives us all like we're all little dogs, and she calls Bobbie's the bulldog. She called Dar the poodle. So, but because Bobbie's introverted, but her passion is greater than her fear. And I cannot say anybody exemplifies more when we say, oh, I would share this whether I got paid or not. That's what Bobbie started doing for that whole first year with Natasha. She was saying, send information to this person, send information. I mean, if that's not a true heart of service, I don't know what is. So what an icon and what a legacy that you have here with our Juice Plus family. So if you have a sign for Bobbie, let's hold up our sign. I tell you, this was made by Maya.
I love that. Oh.
Let me get a screenshot. Oh, I can't hold my thing. Can anybody do a screenshot while we're doing this?
Give me a moment, I can.
Those are wonderful. Thank you.
Oh, wait a minute. If you don't have your camera on, if you can turn your camera on and give us a smile so that we have all of our, that'd be great.
Can everybody, hold on, ready? Everybody smile big.
Yeah.
Do another one, Jakey.
Give me just a second. I got to do this differently than my screenshot doesn't work. So
here, let me try it. Hang on a minute. Don't get your beauty
smile's on.
Your beauty smile. Okay, ready? Everybody's hold up. Make sure your screen's on. Get close and give us a big smile. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. I got it.
Thank you all. Love you all so much.
We love you so much. If you saw all those signs, does anybody want to have any words that you wanted to say before we go on with our meeting? Go ahead, Dar.
For all of you who may be newer in the business, you have to realize the value that you are by asking people to join your team. If Bobbie hadn't asked me and followed through with what is recommended and how to build a business and share not just the product, but to invite people to come join you, I wouldn't be here today, retired from the company and still sharing the business, still sharing Juice Plus. But Bobbie, she did. Her passion overcame her fear because she reached out to me after I heard her talk about the product, but she couldn't mention Juice Plus. It was at a Bible study.
Yeah.
She couldn't talk about it. So she was able, all she could do is say what you said, what you just said about helping her glaucoma and a better food plan. And my spirit just jumped inside me. So I knew something was up, but she called me and followed through with that event that she had to ask me if I'd be interested in having some snail mail cassette tape sent to me.
Yeah.
So that dates us too. We're like, now we're 19 years, right? 2002. Right. So I waited for that cassette tape and listened to it. And it's because of her courage, her passion to want to help other people be informed about something that is a great way to build immunity. It's a simple, great way to build immunity. So God bless you, Bobbie. I'm forever grateful that you shared it with me.
Yes.
And I'm grateful you shared it with Dar, because had you not shared it with Dar, Mary Ellen wouldn't know, and then Sandra Krieber wouldn't have known, and then my sponsor wouldn't have known, and I wouldn't know, and Bobbie and Vicky and Judy and Sheila and Wanda and Debbie and Julie wouldn't have known.
Oh my gosh.
That's awesome. Well.
And a whole lot of other people wouldn't have known. These are just the people that are on the screen.
Yeah. And just think how easily, you guys, I think there's so many good lessons in this. Like even that simple interaction between Bobbie and Dar, that sometimes we go places and people say, well, you can't talk about Juice Plus. But look what she did. She still shared her story. She still got her point across. And then she could have just gone, I've done this, honestly. I've shared somewhere and then I just go on. I don't follow up. But she had to have the courage to then get the names of those ladies and contact them outside of the Bible study and ask permission to send them something. I mean, there's so many lessons in that, of the follow-up, the dedication, wanting to serve, wanting to make sure they're fully educated and knew what she was talking about, and then to follow up with them. Look at all those steps, but look at how many people. And it's not just us on the screen. Think of all the customers that we represent. I mean, it's the legacy here is so tremendous. It's so tremendous, and we each have a part in it, but it's because of Bobbie's original. To think as an introvert, how difficult that must have been, but how strong that passion was to overcome that. I just love that story. It just, it's the best. It's the best. Anybody else have something they just really want to say? And oh, we have Bobbie to Bobbie.
You guys keep saying Bobbie did this and Bobbie did that, and I'm like, I want that to be me.
Oh.
So you're an inspiration to me, because I'm also an introvert and my passion is also greater than my fear. So hopefully in 20 years we'll do this again and they will say Bobbie did this and Bobbie inspired me, and they'll be talking about me. So thank you.
Absolutely.
For inspiring me.
Great.
We can't do this until you're 84, though.
You got a little while, Bobbie, not just 20 years.
You know, that's inspiring to me also. I remember when I learned out Wendy Campbell is the top paid female in Juice Plus. And when I learned that she didn't even learn about Juice Plus or start sharing, I think, till she was 44. Well, look at here. Bobbie was 64 and still created a beautiful legacy, and of all these people that she affected. So
and our other Bobbie is only like what, 14?
I'm actually 39.
We believe it.
Wait a minute, you've got to be at least 18 to sign your contract.
That's right. Bobbie is 18 and she's been a police officer for 10 years. Figure that out.
It's actually 12.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's 12.
Police officer for 12 years, but I'll be 36 next month.
36. So just think about that, no matter what age or where you're at, the impact that you can have. And another icon in our business is Elsa Billman. She just died. And how old was Elsa? 90 something. Anyway, she was a national marketing director. But it was the same thing of so many people saying, wow, if Elsa wouldn't have done this, then I wouldn't be here. I mean, if we just all realize who is out there that we need to say something so they can be here, in 1 year or 2 years or 10 years or whatever. And I was talking to some other people too the other day. Sometimes it's not even the income, it's the community, that we're a positive place to be. And I know some of you have jobs you have to go to that are negative and draining, or they're just not fulfilling, or the people around you are just not good energy. And I'm so proud of my team that you guys always bring the energy. We have stumbling blocks. It doesn't mean everything is just roses all the time, but we're able to get through that, and we help pick each other up, and we find that other positive thing. So I just love that just the friendship is awesome. And I can't wait to have they're saying we're going to be in St. Louis in October, that things should be calmed down. So I really hope that all of you put that on your calendar, that we can be together again and just have all those hugs and times. We are going to have a conference in April online. And so I'll keep sending information out about that, but I can't wait till we can just spend time together and go share meals and have recognition and just the fun things we do. Every time we just sit and make our snack bags and do some silly activity to get to know each other. It's fun, and so I'm really looking forward to that. But thank you for being the amazing people that you are. There's definitely something different about the Juice Plus community, and if you're here, that's for a reason. You're part of that awesomeness. So
I want to bring out that Bobbie Coleman, if you're around until you're at least Bobbie Farley's age, that's going to be at least another 50 years. So think about this. We just celebrated our 50th anniversary in Juice Plus. So you'll get to celebrate not only the 50th, but the 100th year. And we're built for longevity. They're looking well into the future. So would that not be cool to be able to celebrate both the 50 and the 100?
that is a really cool thought and totally doable.
And I'll still be here. I'll just won't have any teeth.
No, you'll have teeth because Juice Plus is good for your periodontal care. So, well, thank you, Bobbie, for sharing. That was just amazing. So, well, we want to share another, if you were part of the training the other night, last Monday, you'll see that Michelle Ball Rogers, she's from Canada, Miss Londa. She shared her story, but if you didn't catch, this is a little different, because some of it'll be the same. But to me, I keep telling people it's good to hear things over and over again. It's like your favorite song. You don't learn the words. It doesn't become you until you get to listen to it again and again, right? You live it, you breathe it. You don't just listen to your favorite song one time. So these people who are doing so much in the Juice Plus community, I think it's good to hear from them each time. So I'm going to have Jake pull up Michelle. It used to be Michelle Ball. Now it's Michelle Rogers. And this was her training she did at the Pajama Regional, and then we can process it a little bit when we're done watching. So enjoy this.
Hey everybody, I'm so excited to be going live in this group. Like, what an honor to be asked to share with you guys. For those of you who don't know, my name is Michelle Rogers. I've been involved with the Juice Plus company for 9 years now. It's been an absolute blessing. I'm not even going to get into my product story, but it made a big difference for my son Lincoln and his tonsil infections. So here's how I got into the business, and here is exactly how we continue to grow our business. So for us, our bread and butter, like the thing that runs Team Synergy, is moms. And we love moms, stay-at-home moms, working moms, moms of adult kids, moms of toddlers. Like it's kind of like our niche. And a lot of times when you're working with moms, we have kind of like this thing where we feel we can't be good at this. I'm not a salesperson. I don't have a lot of confidence for going out and approaching my friends and that kind of thing. So here's my story. I heard about Juice Plus. I was extraordinarily skeptical. Probably took 20 or 30 exposures before I would even look at this product. And then very begrudgingly decided that I would do the business, but nothing more than just a discount. So I was brought in on the discount, but then Sandy very quickly told me, hey, like if you were able to get this many more orders, you would get this bonus. Then privately, I started working on my promotion to QSC. And I remember the day she called me and said, oh my goodness, Michelle, you did it. You got this bonus. And I still played stupid. Like I was like, I didn't want her to think I was going to be anything or do anything big with this business. So I was like, oh, really? Like, that's wonderful. I had no idea. When really, of course, I knew because I had made phone calls and I was actually actively sharing this product. So the whole point of me sharing those details of my story with you guys is that even when you have a really skeptical skeptic or somebody who tells you to leave them alone or not bother them, you have to keep dripping and loving on them. So the next thing that Sandy did right is she got me to an event. And in that event, Carrie and Mickey Daigle were speaking. Like, you guys, God had a plan for me, hey? That was my first event. I went to just drink some wine with girlfriends and Carrie and Mickey Daigle were on the stage. Like, come on. I remember thinking, this man is the coolest man I've ever met. And if he can do Juice Plus, then I am definitely not too cool for this. Like, what was I thinking? I need to take a real look at this business. It is a serious business opportunity. And then I was shown the pamphlet that Juice Plus had put out, the Juice Plus virtual franchise, the one that had a ladder. And it said that 39 clubs on average are earning $120,000 per year. And that's when I realized, okay, this can be a real business. I'm gonna work it like a real business and I'm gonna see what happens. And I got home, I got excited, and then life kind of blindsided me. And what's really funny is Mickey Daigle had been talking in her training about how you might experience these 4 Ds, death, debt, disability, and divorce, and how you need to be prepared with this plan B. And I was writing notes like a good little student, but never thinking that that was gonna be me. And literally 2 weeks later, I get blindsided by divorce. And I am left on my own without child support, without any presence of a parent on the other side there with my kid's dad, and he struggled with addiction issues. So I didn't know what to do. I'm earning $500 a month with this Juice Plus franchise. Yes, that's wonderful. It was exciting when I was a stay-at-home mom, but that's not going to support me and the kids. And I just heard this little voice that said, but what if? What if, as a single mom, you could still stay home, do something you love, have the flexibility you want, and earn the income that you know you can do with this? So I remember scrolling through Facebook and I saw this quote that said, she took a leap and built her wings on the way down. And that is exactly what I thought I would do. And if I hit a month that I couldn't pay the bills, then I already had my forms filled out. I could substitute teach to make ends meet, but I never did because of the bonus money that this company pays out. I just kept flipping those QSCs. I kept getting them and flipping them, getting them and flipping them. That would be another $300 in my household. So that is literally how I supported myself for the first year that I was, a single parent. And through that year, I was able, most importantly, to be a mom. And yes, I was busy, you guys. Yes, I made sacrifices. I actually had to miss my daughter's first dance recital because I was at a conference. But I knew that I was saying no right now so that I could say yes later to whatever it is that they wanted. And somebody had told me that on stage, so I believed it. And I shed a few tears the day that I got the pictures of my little baby girl in her dance recital outfit and somebody else had to do her hair and her makeup and I was at conference. But I knew, I was like, I remember looking at that picture being like, baby girl, like you are gonna have a life like you can't even imagine because I am gonna do it with this business. And I totally did. Okay, so like through that first year, I could shut my computer off at any time I wanted to. I could get on the floor and play kittens or cats or Barbies with the kids, whatever I needed to do. And they needed me. Like we were going through a divorce as a family. Oh, goodness. Oh, my dog, of course, right during this video. That's real life. We get to do it from home, right? So anyways, that was the most important thing to me, was being with my kids during that year. And yes, though, I did need to make sacrifices. So I got to national marketing director in that 12 months, which replaced my teaching income, which gave me stability, which gave me full medical benefits and made me take a breath like, okay, phew, like I made the right choice. I'm so glad I did this. My parents and my siblings were probably on the phone being like, okay, we can stop the intervention that we were going to have with her. Cause I'm sure they wanted me to go back to teaching. Like, obviously I was a high school science teacher, good hours, summers off, medical benefits, etc. But I had seen the vision that I could have with this company, and it was way more time freedom than I would ever have as a teacher. So fast forward, I continued to build my business. I got to 100 Club in 3.5 years. My paycheck continues to grow now with a solid stability. Honestly, can't even say enough about what this business has done for my family. I ended up meeting the most incredible man. His name is Kelly Rogers. We're married now. We have a beautiful blended family. And what's really cool is that this business continues to put layer upon layer in our story. So when I met Kelly, he was a welder. He was working way up north, northern Canada. Fly in for a week, fly back home for a week. He was missing half of our lives, half of his kids' lives. He was missing birthdays and Christmas concerts and even sometimes Christmas mornings. And we just decided that was enough. We didn't need his income because of my business. And we made the agreement that he would start working from home with us. And that has turned out to be one of the most beautiful blessings that I could ever imagine, because through the journey of life, my kids ended up losing their biological dad to his addiction. So he died of heart failure at 40 years old. And this business not only had me home, so I could take 2 months off and just be with him. And I'm talking 2 months off, you guys. Like, I did not look at work, and I didn't need to. It's stable. It was running on its own. The work I had put in over the past years was supporting me through that. And I got to love on those kiddos. Like, nobody ever wants to know the feeling of dressing their children up for their dad's funeral. Like, it is horrific. But more importantly, like, I will never forget the morning we found out. And Kelly came down and he said, Ava's hiding in her room. And so I was dealing with Lincoln. I have 2 kids that were affected by it. And 2 other stepkids, but they weren't here. I was dealing with Lincoln, and we were just hugging and talking about everything. And Kelly found her in her room and picked her up and said, like, Ava, you don't need to do this by yourself. Like, I'm here for you. And she just wrapped her little legs around his body. She was 7, and her arms around his neck. And he told me this story later. Like, I wasn't even strong enough to hear that morning. It would have been a mess. But he told me later, and I just thought, oh my God, like, what a blessing that this business has been to our family. So I'm home, my husband's home, and my kids have this network of support for as long as they need it, This community, you guys, like, if you want to talk community, like, the Juice Plus community is like no other. I was getting things in the mail, like little frames that we could put pictures of their dad in, and snacks from sidelines, like people I barely hang out with that would send me like all this love. People were showing up my door with care packages and asking me if I needed any help with my kids. Like, this Juice Plus community is a home, and there is nothing like the Juice Plus community. And here's why. Our product is a helping, healing product. It attracts like the light workers, the lovers, the people that want to love on people and care for them and help them get healthier. Well, when you're attracting that kind of person, can you imagine the quality of the community? Like we're not like in this for the money or the weight loss or the anything. We're in this because we saw a product that people needed that will help them change their lives. And so that is the fabric of the Juice Plus community. I just recently, it's another sad story. Sorry guys, I'm making everybody cry probably. But I just recently lost my Auntie Lorna, who played the role of a second mother in my life, to cancer. And it was a long journey and it was hard. But because of this business, I got to my husband's home. So he said, go, you need to be with her and her children, and you just be where you need to be. So I got to move in and caretake with them for the last few weeks of my Auntie Lorna's life, help them during her transition. Like, there are no words. There are no words. And when she passed, the Juice Plus community, sending flowers, sending cards, phoning me, messaging me, like my home. It's like my home. I cannot tell you enough about how this community has played a role in our lives through the good, the bad, and the ugly. I always say this business has been my constant companion through so many different seasons of life. Like when I was getting married, one of the most happy moments of my life, blending my family with Kelly, getting married by the ocean. You should have seen my phone, you guys. My Juice Plus sidelines were like, oh my gosh, we can't wait for the pictures. Like they were just hanging on the edge of their seat waiting to see us get married. Like, who gets that? I didn't get that in the teaching classroom. I loved teaching. I loved the kids, but I did not have the adult community that I have found in this community. It has been the biggest life-changing thing in my world. I swear to you. The other night, my team got together, and for me and Sandy, they surprised us. Everybody's video was off. We didn't know what was going on. And they surprised us by all holding up signs about how much they cared about us and how grateful they were for our leadership. Like, come on, where are you gonna find that? So if you're new and you've just kind of stumbled into this and you're thinking about building a business, you just need to know how blessed and lucky you are that you stumbled into this one. I truly believe that Juice Plus is a community like no other. And I didn't do any research. I just ended up here because of the product, like many of you did. And how lucky did I get to have this incredible marketing plan, this incredible company, this incredible community, and this incredible product to build an empire out of. And I'm not done. Like, I am still building this. So I wanted to share with you guys, that's a little bit of my story and how this whole community has played a role in my life. But I wanted to share with you guys how we get working reps, because I feel like our team name is Team Synergy. And I do feel like it's a little bit of we have like this little white light bubble around us, and we, like, everybody knows Team Synergy in Canada, and everybody kind of wants to be a part of it because of how we do things. So number one, we are a zero drama team, and I mean zero drama. Catherine Lee taught us this. So we spend 80% of the time on the phone call is all about finding a solution. 20% is me hearing them vent. And then we move on and find out how we can solve this problem. In our team, it's well known that everyone's got your back. Nobody's ever talking about you behind your back. It is like 100% supportive culture community. So number one, you got to create that team culture. Number two, we are heavy on the discount way. This is what people look for out there. They're looking for a better price and a better way to get it. And so we offer that. It's like a Costco membership, kind of like, okay, pay your discount or pay your fee once per year and let's get you a discount. And that's how I came in. So that is obviously how I'm going to continue building the business, because it worked for me as a huge skeptic. Then the next part of the formula is getting them connected to the upline, whether that's going to be in a three-way message with their upline, or it's going to be on just a hangout Zoom call, or it's going to be on a startup meeting. Depends how serious they are. But I like getting in front of the people and just chatting, like just seeing their face. We're on Zoom. It's me, their upline, and them. And just talking about it, like, well, where do you see this fitting in for you? Like, and I want them to tell me it's going to be a discount. And when they say discount, I'm like, okay, cool, no worries. I want to just show you a little bit about this product so that you know how powerful it is, because you might have just ordered from a post on social media and have no idea how amazing this is. So I'm going to show you just a little bit about like what you accidentally stumbled into, and then you'll know what you've got. Well, by the end of them finding out how flippin' amazing Juice Plus is, they're almost always saying, oh, well, maybe I should do a little event. Like, I have a lot of people in my world that I know could benefit this. Does this sound familiar? How many of you guys have this story where you went to an event, someone drug you out to see a doctor speak or something like that, you find out how seriously amazing this product is, and then all of a sudden you're like, my mom, my sister, my brother-in-law, oh my gosh, my kid's teacher is struggling with this. Like, and there's all these names you're listing off. We need to bring that experience to the discounter. It's a little bit harder right now because we can't be in person, but it's definitely still possible on Zoom. So that's what we do. And then we get them to set their few events. So whether it's they're signing up for a discount, I'm still gonna go try for an event. We are doing these things called messenger events, and they're working really well for us. Always the most powerful is an in-home event. That is your most power-packed event because it's in person, you're heart to heart. Obviously with what's going on in the world right now, we can't necessarily be doing that. In Canada, we definitely aren't allowed to be gathering. So the second best event that you can do for a new rep is on Zoom. Harder to invite to, harder to get people to show up for sure. But our favorite thing is to say, don't bring your wallet. You're not ordering anything. That's not what it's about. I just want you to come support my launch, support my event, and see what it is. So that way you know, just in case it is a fit for you, and I won't have to feel guilty if I didn't share it with you, or if I accidentally forgot to mention it because I was too scared what you thought. So that's how we invite. They come to the Zoom event. We just do a really simple product presentation, like from the slides that you get in the Healthy Living Revolution. Basically, this is what Juice Plus is. This is why it's powerful. Here's all the research behind it. And then we share stories. And then through that, we say, good night, everybody. Thank you for coming. Thank you for supporting. Then I'll help the girl that I know invited everybody that's launching. I'll help her with her follow-up. Tell me how you're going to follow up. Your goal here is to get a yes or a no. No matter what discomfort you come across, let's just get a yes or a no. So you don't need to worry about leaving things up in the air. So when they see you at the grocery store, they're not walking the other way really quickly because they're like, oh no, here comes the Juice Plus girl. Let's just tie up the loose ends, get a yes or a no, and be done with it. Well, through that, we can usually get them at least close to QSC, and then we'll have to do another event to get them there. So that is like the formula. Then at QSC, I'm gonna start getting them into the team calls. So I don't overwhelm my new reps with all the team calls and all the system and all the website. All I do is a simple startup meeting with a new girl or guy, and we get them launched and we get them to QSC. And then that's when I'll start dripping in the system, the calls, the community, right? So that's kind of what's working for us in terms of getting those new working reps. And the other thing that I think that we are good at in Team Synergy is fathering. And what I mean by fathering is being boundaried and firm with your love. So many of us are mamas, and remember I said that this product attracts all the lovers and the healers and the caretakers, and we are all a little slightly codependent, and we just want to love on our team so much. Well, what I'm gonna say to you right now is our teams need moms, they do, but they also need dads. So you're gonna have to like channel that fathering energy. It's not easy, I totally get it, but we're gonna have to be firm with these people. Okay, so like when they're 3 or 4 orders away from QSC, do not mother them. They don't need someone saying, oh, you're doing so great. What they need is, hey, look, you're 4 orders away and I am not leaving you behind on this. You said that you could do XYZ with this bonus money. I'm not letting you miss that. We need 3 more customers. What can we do? Where's your list? Like, I remember you telling me that you were gonna use this to get your kid in another sport. Does that still matter to you? And they're like, yes, it does. Okay, then let's push through this discomfort because I'm not letting you miss this. So being that firm, boundaried guidepost for them, or if they're not showing up on team calls and they said they wanted XYZ, but they're not showing up, reaching out and just like voice note, video, phone call is always best. Hey girl, like I know that this can be challenging and I know that there's rejection in our business and I get that it's not always easy. But I remember you told me that when you made $500 a month, this is how your life was gonna change. Does that still matter to you? Like, if not, I am okay with that. This is your business. I'm here to guide and support your business, but I will not let you miss this because I wasn't firm enough with you or I didn't love on you enough to get you there. Okay? So why are you missing team calls? So like fathering all the way is the difference between getting a rep who just got to QSC and quits or a rep that's going to be QSC and continue on. Okay? I saw that somebody asked what we do in our messenger events. It's just basically like a Facebook event. So you guys remember the old Facebook events? You're gonna post a bunch of different things, little videos, some images, like here's the Juice Plus capsules, here's what's in them, here's the research behind them, etc. And we just do that in Messenger. So the reason we choose to do it in Messenger is because the notifications are much more in the person's face, the person that agreed to come. When you get a DM on your Instagram, it's coming up on your thing as a bubble. Whereas if you get a notification just in a Facebook event, it's getting really lost right now. Also, when they go into Facebook events, you have to like refresh and do all this stuff and click on certain things to even see all of the posts in there anymore. So it's really gotten complicated. So we've brought our events from there, same content, and we just brought it into a Instagram DM chat group, or a Facebook DM chat group, or a WhatsApp thread chat group. Those are the 3 platforms we use. I personally love WhatsApp because you can invite with a link, and it's great for people who aren't on Facebook anymore. So yeah, basically just posting all these photos. I like to do lots of engaging posts like, hey, like how many fruits and vegetables did you eat today? Post a selfie where you're tuning in from. And like, we've got all the moms that are like, I'm doing bedtime right now, but I'm watching. And the Instagram events are very easy to invite to. They're a little trickier to follow up and get orders from, but they do work, and they work way better than a Facebook event. But I'm always gonna tell you, the best event possible is going to be your Zoom event. If you can't get people to the Zoom event, then you do need to you can get them probably to the DM event. So what I always do is, let's set a Zoom launch date, and then are you willing to do 2? Because then, you know, we can do one on like a Sunday and one on a Tuesday. And then whoever didn't come to those, we'll circle back and invite everybody who said they would come and ghosted us, didn't show up, or didn't even answer. We'll ask them if a DM event or a messenger event would be better for them. So that is what we do with that. Do you guys have any other questions? I think that I kind of gave you our secret sauce for getting working reps, shared my story with you guys. I hope you understand like how much this community has meant in our world. You can't even believe it. Even when Kelly retired from his job, he was getting messages from the Juice Plus community just being like, we're so happy for you. This is awesome. Like, you can't find this anywhere else in the world, I promise you. And people are looking for this. So here's what I want to end the video on is people are out there and they're going to sign up for something. So they're going to join a community because they're looking for a home. They're going to look for a product for their health right now because the world is crazy and health is the top priority. So are you going to let them go find something else because you were scared that they would be annoyed with you? Or are you going to take it as your responsibility to get out there and share with them a product that's been around for 25 years with 40 published clinical research studies done on it, on human beings taking the product and blood work, right? Like, I don't want them going out and getting some fat loss liquid on a spoon. You need to get them on fruits and vegetables in a capsule that's got all of this research, that's got all of this evidence, that's anti-inflammatory and good for the heart. My gosh, it's our responsibility. They're gonna spend their money somewhere. And because we're all shy and quiet and sweet in Juice Plus, and that's wonderful, it is wonderful. But because we are, people are going and buying something else. And they're wasting their money on products that don't even come close or hold a candle to what we have. People need us to be out there with our posting, our conversations, our messages. They're depending on us even though they don't realize, because they don't know what we know. They don't understand how important this product is. Even once they order, they sometimes don't know what it's doing in their body, and it's our job to educate our customers. Look at what this product is doing in your business. Getting them on calls with doctors, like, my gosh, you guys, holy cow, like I've got goosebumps all over my body. This product is the be all and end all of nutrition. It is the world's most thoroughly researched nutritional product. It's been proven to do in the human body more than anything else with or without a prescription has ever been proven. Dr. Rick DuBois, like, don't let people go out there and waste their money on the internet when we have this. And the same goes for the business. People are looking for a home. They are looking for a way to support their finances right now. They need an income because some people have none. And they're gonna go out and find something. And are you gonna let them go out and find something with an inferior product? With a community that isn't this heart-driven, that isn't this like loving and white light filled? Like, don't let them go out and find another community because somebody else was pushier, because somebody else believed in what they were doing more than you. We have the best company, the best product, the best business model that there is, and the best community. If you haven't heard that in my story, guys, then I don't know what I need to do to get that through to you. bring people in because you know what they don't know. You know what they will find in this home, in this product. You know that they're going to thank you one day on stage that you never stopped bugging them, that you never gave up on them, that you saw in them what they weren't ready to see in themselves. Like, you know, so you have no excuse. So I hope after this amazing event that these girls are putting on with this Pajama Regional, that you go out there with a burning desire in your belly, with a fire for helping people, and you get people on this product and you get them into this community with a discount and you show them what they have gotten to be a part of just by chance because you loved on them. And then they get to change other people's lives too. So I love you guys so much. I'm so honored that you chose me to be one of the speakers in this amazing event. And if you have any questions, I'll be checking the comments here, and I will do my best to answer the questions below. Lots of love, guys.
Wow, wow, wow. Her energy, her conviction. I mean, she just brings it. I just want to put that on a loop and listen to it over and over again because it's how I feel. But sometimes I want to be I want to be a giant in that way. I want to be able to get my message out like that, not live that, not small, like, well, I got these capsules. So I want to hear from you all. What jumped out of Michelle Rogers' training? Oh,
Papa Bear.
Wanda. Go ahead, Wanda, with her hand up. What a good student.
Right? I hear you as well as Michelle. Like that's Susie right there. So
Oh my
thank you.
gosh. Thank you.
As I'm doing this, I was eating lunch. That's why it took me off. That's my lunch. I'm typing my email out to everybody that I want to invite to Bobbie's and Jake's and I think it's Viv's on there too.
We've got one today and then we've got one on Thursday.
I'm trying to get an email out to people that I think would appreciate it. As I'm listening to this, and this morning I wasn't even going to do it, but because I was listening to this, I'm like, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Mondays. I love Mondays. So yeah, thank you for sharing that, Susie. And I listened to her whenever it was she was on prior to. So thank you.
And aren't you glad you got to listen to her again?
Yeah. Even though some of it's repeated, but again, it's listening and listening and listening. Absolutely. I got to go let the dog in now.
Okay. Well, and I just want to say, because we started doing this now that they changed our comp plan this month, it's like everybody we brought in, I've been just telling them, let's do this. Let's do the three. And even though I've had people tell me right up, I've had people tell me, oh, they're only going to get the fruits and veggies. I've had people tell me they're only going to get one order. I've had people say, no, I don't want to sell it. I'm not interested in that. I just want to try it. But when I bring up doing the, let's get the best price for you, let's just talk about this. And then I add up their points and I'll say, all you need is usually one other order outside of their household, maybe 2 orders outside of their household. And you're going to get back. I don't even talk about 30 days or anything. We talk about instantly doing the Express Track Partner Plus, getting that $100. And I said, at a minimum, you're going to get back, because they have to have 900 points in America, you're going to get back $90 of retail profit, and you're going to get the $100. So if we just get this done in the next couple of days, you just made $190 like this afternoon. And they always are like, really? Oh. And then it's moved from, then I just like, well, look what you just did. Do you think you know other people that would want to do just what you did, with their order? And we just have Partner Plus, Partner Plus, Partner Plus. And then when you keep getting those Partner Pluses, that person's, I fully expect that we're going to see by the end of the month, some QSCs, if not this month, next month. So it's just like we talked about before. Don't worry about the whole big picture, and you have to understand everything about the website, and you have to understand this, and you have to understand that. Just bring people on. Just, what did she say? She says she brings them on and just says, hey, let's pay your annual fee and get you a discount. Who doesn't want a discount? And then once they have the discount, let them come hang out on a phone or a Zoom so I can get to know them, and I'll find out, where are they at? What do they want to do? Hey, by the way, do you know if you just got this many more orders, 1 or 2, you're going to make this much money back? It's the kind thing to do. And it's very interesting that the fastest growing national marketing directors, Shelley Mackey, who we watched her training last week, and she taught us all about the threes, and Michelle Rogers. They're all doing this. They're thinking not of like, oh, I got to hold on to my retail profit. They're thinking, if that was me, would I want somebody to offer me a discount? And then to be nice enough to let them know, hey, this is what the community offers. I like how she said too, hey, you may have just kind of stumbled upon this whole experience. So she says, that's fine. You can just be in here for the discount. And I didn't use those kind of words, but I was like, that's fine. You can just be the discount, but I don't want you to find out later, oh my gosh, if I would have just done this, I could have at least gone to the next level and had a bigger discount for the rest of my life. And that's where I have people saying, oh yeah, okay, let's see what it takes to do that next level. The other thing is that I would say, get on these events. Everybody here has different stories. So I see Vicki and Sheila are on an event this week. Grace and Melanie both work. They're not going to be able to be on a team meeting. They've got events this week. Jimmy's not here, but I mean, Jake's got her crew going in there. Everybody can be doing these, and I can give you a complete framework. It works, guys. It works. And I know Wanda's this close to getting her QSC. You're just going to get it done this month, right? She is, because we're not going to let you not do it. I mean, she's just like this. She's 3 customers away from doing her QSC. But what does it say? I can't see it. Is that your numbers? Oh yeah, baby. I see those numbers. But it's so exciting. And what we noticed is, if you noticed, it started with Wanda and Olga. No, it didn't. It started with Bobbie and Jake and Vicki, and you girls all started doing these events first after the Jennifer Saville training. And that's when we saw Partner Plus QSC, Partner Plus QSC. We saw all of that. We saw you girls bringing people in. And then there was like the whole time through Ron being sick and dying, it just seemed like we had less, or maybe I wasn't aware, to tell you the truth. And then we started with Olga and Wanda, and
there was some in October too, November.
In October.
You just weren't aware, but yeah.
I wasn't. I was in a moment. But it's very interesting. If you look at where are the promotions, then Wanda and Olga got to SC, Wanda got to P+, and now she's this close to QSC. Then it was Melanie and Grace, and Melanie did P+, Grace did P+. Now Melanie has 2 P+ under her, Emily and MD. And so she's probably going to QSC. And, I can just see everybody who's putting their face on one of those flyers, sharing their 2 or 3 minute story. We go over your story with you. It doesn't have to be scary. You can read it, and then you just introduce a video. So it's so doable, but each of you have a completely different story, and they're powerful. Vicki and Sheila just shared their stories with me. I love it. They're totally different than what Melanie and Grace shared, or what Olga and Wanda shared. Everybody has a story to share. So make sure you get it out there. So look for those events. All the flyers are posted in Facebook Team Ignite for this week. There's also a Friday event about having people just take a look at the business. And that's with Cynthia Gompers and Rachel Smart. So that's a PMD plus and an EMD. Those are very high in MD levels. They both have very thriving, growing businesses. So those would be good people to put your people in front of. So be sure to check that out. And I guess that's all I have for you. Any final words? We're at the top of the hour.
If anybody hasn't done an event, I will tell you, thank you, Jake. She pushed me to lead events. She pushed me outside my comfort zone. And I've grown a lot because of that, not just in my business, but everywhere else. So if you're afraid to do an event, just listen to what Bobbie just shared with us. My passion is greater than my fear. I'm still fearful when I get on these events, but I'm not as fearful. This last week, I've listened to 4 different podcasts, and I think God just needed me to hear this of if you're in your comfort zone, you're not growing. And if you want to grow your business, if you want to grow as a person, you need to get outside your comfort zone. And if being on an event is outside your comfort zone, just do it. It's 2 minutes to tell your story. And if you mess up, who cares? You'll do better next time. You'll learn from it, fail forward. But not only has my business grown, but personally, in every aspect of my life, I've grown just from facing that fear and doing it. So.
Thank you, Bobbie, for sharing that because I'm facing my fear and doing the first event today.
I love it. And so anybody who can hop on these events, they're not long, guys. They're less than an hour. Hop on, but do your best to bring somebody to every event. And then remember what Bobbie was talking about today, that she followed up and she followed up. And that's where you're going to impact people so that all of a sudden we'll see their faces on a team meeting one day. Or no, not everybody can come to team meeting, but we can plug them in other ways. So, okay, please go and mark all the dates of those events that you can participate in, and let me know. I'm here if you need some people to kind of hang out, and we can chat with them and see if they want a discount and where that can take them. You're not in this business alone. You're only in this business alone if you don't reach out. Okay, you have to know that we're here for you. We want to do this. So many people on the team. They're just here to share and care and lift you up. So, all right, let's go do great work this week. I appreciate each of you. I really appreciate each of you. Thank you for coming to the meetings and taking your time. And thank you for being part of this team and what you're doing. I hope you hear that from my heart. So, all right, love y'all. We'll see you on one of the events this week.